Yeah, Joey, when I assume you got a call saying that Bowman was probably going to be DQ'd, I'm curious kind of what was the reaction for you? Were you like, are you kidding me? Are you were you surprised, excited? Kind of what went through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I was obviously surprised. I heard rumors before that of delay in tech and some of those things going on. Usually nothing happens, and um, was kind of surprised to hear that. I mean, typically by the time you roll the car off the scales, they give them the opportunity to put weight in the car is usually fine. But in this case, that wasn't the case, and I'm like, well, would we be in? That's the first question you have to ask, and obviously, the answer was yes. And then you're still kind of cautiously optimistic because you're thinking, well, there'll probably be an appeal if there is, and we may not know till later. So you just kind of keep going on with your life and preparing for the next race. And obviously, it just came out yesterday they're not appealing, so we move on and they're around 8 and off we go.
So on pit road in the immediate aftermath, of course, you admitted you were angry at the moment. So when you left the racetrack and given how much time had passed before you started hearing about potential issues in tech, how were your emotions at that point and where were you through all of that?
I was starting to move forward. You guys are there like literally the moment you get out of the race car. So, it takes a little bit to get your thoughts collected. And honestly, by the time I was driving home, my wife, we were talking about something that was far more important than what we were doing at the racetrack. And um, my mind was kind of already starting to shift to what's the next moves and kind of getting over the race. And then I started hearing the rumors from there, and the phone started ringing shortly after.
You guys just, you move onward as if you had made it like any other time. But when you get a rare, I mean, a second chance, right? Like a second chance at life here. I mean, is that motivating even a little bit of like, gosh, they let us back in. Now we can go kind of, take advantage of this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they let us in, right? I mean, the race is something that starts on the day they start building the race car. That's when the race starts, right? You guys see the results every weekend and what goes on during the race, but weeks beforehand is when the race starts, and so that all matters, right? We talk about how this is a team sport and it takes everybody that builds the race car to make this work, and we were able to do what we need to do at the Roval to move forward. Now, does it motivate us more that we're in still? No, I mean we're a motivated race team any way you look at it. The parts that I was most proud about after the Roval is that we showed up with our backs up against the wall in a situation where we needed to really show up, and we qualified well. We scored the second most points on the day. The goal was to score a bunch of points. We missed that by 1 point. Um, I feel like we had a championship winning execution when it comes to road courses when you have to not flip the stages and you have to take the stage points and put yourself behind at some point. It's really hard to get a solid finish after doing that, and I'm proud of the team for able to accomplish that. The stats may not look like it. We may look like we're underdogs from the outside looking in, but I'd say internally we feel very confident in our race team that we can make a run at this thing and get ourselves into the championship four. And we've seen it in the past where, you get in there, anything can happen at Phoenix. So the goal right now is look at the next three races and how do we maximize that? We can point our way in. We're only 11 out, so it doesn't. That's not a lot of points by no means. It can happen very quickly. So one race at a time. Right now, the focus is at Phoenix, or sorry, Vegas, and we'll try to maximize the day there. Yeah, would it be easier if you had more playoff points? Yeah, but you know what? You win this weekend, and you're sitting as the favorite going into Phoenix, right? So it changes like that, right? And that's what the playoff system that we have. Every point matters throughout the whole season. I'm not discounting that, but you have to be your absolute best at this point of the season, unless those points don't even matter. So I feel confident in our team that we got that. We're still alive, man. We're still going, and that's the name of the game in these playoffs. You just got to stay alive long enough. I said it last year that we did not accomplish that. This year we're gonna keep the pressure on all the way through here.
In your season, you win a five overtime race. You have a race you probably feel like was taken away from you at Richmond. You get back in the playoffs when somebody gets disqualified. I mean, does this feel normal? Like, or is this a little bit of a surreal year?
It's NASCAR, man. I don't know what to tell you. Just expect the unexpected, man. It's just you got to go, just roll with the punches and go with the flow, and just continue on. I feel like these days, more and more, there's just seasons like this. There's just more crazy things that can happen than ever before, and a lot of that's due to the next gen car. But it just seems like the simple like you know last night I was putting my son to bed, and he likes reading those like yearbooks on how the season went. We were reading one from I think it was 20 or 21, I'm not sure. You start reading the finishing order, and it's like the top 10 was almost the same every weekend, same top 10 cars. And now, like you look at the top 10, it's different every week. Like there's people in and out of that thing. Just is not like you're clicking off 20 something top 10s, and there's 10 cars doing that throughout the year. Like doesn't happen anymore. Just the game has changed. This car has completely changed everything that we used to know about NASCAR. And now, like I said, I just go with it because it's just the craziest things we do now, right? Even if like you look at just the way we race on the track, the tracks that we go to, you name it, it can happen.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.